Naruto, Reborn Prodigy, Master of all Ninjutsu. Like, share and subscribe. Episode 141, right at this moment. Hayashi Yuri and Yi Tsung, who were originally in the basement, appeared. After Terajin died, the enchantment disappeared. The two went directly to the courtyard. Looking at the mess in the yard, and Terajunta lying on the ground, Lin Yongyu Yuli stepped forward and asked eagerly, "What's going on? How did Terajunta die?" said, looking around, worried that some enemy would appear. Terumi gritted her teeth, dragged her tired body, and told everything that had just happened. After Lin Yongyu Yuli listened, he couldn't help but feel angry. This old man still wants to be the head of the household? I see him simply looking for death. If I were here, I would never give him a chance to say any nonsense. This is not the end, directly accusing Zhao Meiyu. Even if he is your second uncle, when you know that he betrayed you, you should kill him. And not intending to let him go, Terumi lowered her head and said, "I know, Naruto-kun has already reminded me, not next time." At this time, Lin Yuri set her gaze on Naruto. She hesitated, and finally took the initiative to speak. "Thank you this time. If it weren't for you, this fool of Zhao Mei would definitely be killed by this bastard Zhao Juntai." Naruto said jokingly, "I like people to thank me, but isn't it enough for you to just say it? At least have to kiss me, right?" Yi Tsung on the side couldn't help but hide his laughter. Naruto is very young, but he always likes to be sultry. However, Lin Yongyu Yuli is not Yi Tsung. She clenched her fists tightly, and did not get angry immediately. Standing in place, he rushed towards Naruto. "You brat. It's just looking for death. It is your blessing that you have received my thanks. You even think about it." Seeing that Lin Yuli really wanted to beat Naruto, a somewhat exhausted Terumi pulled Lin Yongyu Yuli. "Yuri, don't be angry with Naruto, he's just joking with you. For his sake, don't do anything to him." Lin Yongyu snorted coldly and contained his temper. "For the sake of beauty, I spare you." In the face of Lin Yongyu Yuli, who had such a short temper, Naruto was extremely calm. Anyway, Lin Yongyu Yuli will not really do it to himself. Yi Tsung on the side didn't say anything, and if nothing happened, she was already very relieved. After his temper eased, Lin Yongyu Yuri asked Naruto, "Why are you in Terumi in the middle of the night? Wouldn't you have an idea you shouldn't?" Naruto raised his eyebrows slightly and said with a smile, "I do have this idea, but my mother-in-law Yi Tsung probably doesn't want to, and Terumi doesn't want to have anything to do with me." "Seriously?" Lin Yongyu Yuli roared. Naruto shrugged and said, "Actually, it's nothing. I told Terumi about the next plan, and besides, I'm the one who made a contract with Terumi. Compared to this, I'm curious about how you came out. There is an enchantment here," and the rest of the Zhao family did not notice any noise. At this time, Yi Tsung replied, "We sensed the vision, but we weren't sure, so we stayed for a long time to come up and check it out, and if we had come out earlier, Terumi wouldn't have been hurt. It's okay, anyway, with me here, no one can touch the beauty." Hearing this, Lin Yongyu Yuli was somewhat relieved. At least she knew that Naruto wouldn't hurt Terumi. Not only that, this time he also saved Terumi. However, she also found a blind spot. She looked at Terumi and asked, "You contacted Naruto alone and only told him about the next plan, but did not tell me the plan. Are you planning to go alone?" She knows Terumi too well and doesn't want her friends to take risks. "This time I want to unravel the illusion for Lord Mizukage. It must be something very dangerous. If you go alone, the risk factor is even higher. And Terumi would rather be in danger alone than let her friends fall into the same danger as herself." Questioned by Lin Yongyu Yuli like this, Terumi's gaze glanced to the side, and she didn't speak. At this time, Lin Yongyu Yuli was more serious. "It seems that I guessed correctly, you plan to take the risk alone. I tell you, since I have returned to the misty hidden village, you want to leave me alone to complete such a dangerous mission." Now Terumi finally spoke. Yuli, this is all for your own good. Besides, you originally planned to leave Wuin village, and you don't have to participate in this matter at all." After speaking, he looked at Naruto and said very heavily and seriously, "Naruto-kun, if something happens to me this time, I will trouble you to take Yuri away. If I die, there is no need for you Yuri to stay in the mist-hidden village." Lin Yuri hadn't spoken, but Naruto responded, "I won't let you die. I will go with you in this operation. If something happens, I will take you away directly. I think ordinary people can't catch up with my flying thunder god technique." Zhao Mei refused to accompany Lin Yongyu Yuli. Although Terumi is usually very gentle, if she makes up her mind, she will be very resolute. Even Lin Yongyu Yuli couldn't persuade Zhao Mei. Even if she had a hot temper, she couldn't change Zhao Mei's thoughts. But Lin Yongyu didn't care about this, and she said slightly angrily, "It's okay if you don't let me follow you, but if something happens to you, I will go directly to Shuaying to take revenge. I don't care who the person standing behind Shuaying is." Lin Yongyu Yuli has a very hot temper, but she is very moral, and she has no hesitation for her friends. This point is very similar to Terumi, so the two are particularly speculative and become good friends. Don't be so pessimistic, didn't I just say that? I'll go with me, Naruto said from the side. Terumi also said it this time, Yuru, you heard it too, Naruto-kun go with me, don't follow. Since he is going with you, then I will go with me. Lin Yongyu Yuli immediately replied. Yitsung on the side also hurriedly said, then I will also go with Naruto-kun, if there is any danger, I can break you off. Twitter, several people are going. Jiaomei meditated and spoke, but was interrupted by Lin Yongyu Yuli. At this time, Naruto spoke, don't fight with all of you, just go with Terumi this time, it is best if you can complete the task quietly, but there are many people, it will be very troublesome. Several people are not fools, nor are they blindly impulsive. Naruto's words were right. Episode 142, this time, it wasn't that kind of face-to-face fight. Behind the water shadow is a person who does not know who it is. I don't know what the other party's strength is, maybe the other party has more terrifying forces? In the end, Lin Yuri had to agree with Naruto's statement, and then looked at Naruto with a serious face. If you can let Terumi survive, no matter whether you can unlock the illusion this time, I, Lin Yuri, will serve you at your side in this life, at your disposal. At this moment, Naruto was a little shocked. He didn't expect that. The point that made Lin Yuri obedient was actually here. He smiled lightly, do you mean that service includes sleeping with me? Lin Yuri's face is full of black lines. This kid is starting to be unorthodox again, what a bastard. Naruto smiled and looked at Hayashi Yuri, how? Does your ministry include sleeping with me? At this time, Lin Yuri really couldn't stand it, and almost fought with Naruto again. Jiaomei quickly stopped Lin Yuri, and she had to scold a bastard, and she couldn't do anything else. Bastard. Do you agree with my conditions just now? Seeing that Lin Yuri was so restraining his temper, Naruto also began to get serious. Agreed, why not? I originally wanted to take you away, if you are willing to obey, it is the best, besides, Terumi is my little wife, I will not let her die. At this time, Lin Yongyu was relieved. Between people is eternal interest. If he can give Naruto benefits, then Naruto will sincerely protect Terumi. What she wants is simple, that is, to survive Terumi. Although there are already arrangements for the plan to dissolve the water shadow illusion. But you can't just go just like that, but you have to make some preparations. As for Terrajunta's aftermath, Terumi handled it very beautifully. Everyone thought that Zhao Chuntai was to protect the family, so he died, and no one suspected it at all. It was as if nothing had happened. Naruto still felt that Terumi was too gentle. After dealing with these things, Terumi went straight to the basement and fulfilled her promise ahead of schedule. From today onwards, I will teach you dissolution and boiling, but whether you learn it or not will be your business, and I am not responsible. Naruto nodded clearly, of course, after all, some students can learn without teaching. It's still that you are a little self-aware, dissolving and boiling are the ninjutsu of the blood succession limit, you will definitely not be able to learn, this time the transaction, you may not be able to take much advantage. Otherwise, she would not have agreed so easily. Naruto smiled confidently, if you learn, you will be my little wife? Once again, he was ridiculed by Naruto, and Terumi was really helpless. Probably because Naruto always uses the word wife himself. Compared to marriage, his wife seems to have less influence on her. No more nonsense, I'll talk to you first. For the next few days, Terumi is teaching Naruto boiling and dissolved. Both Terumi and Yuri Hayashi believed that Naruto would never learn. Because this is the ninjutsu of the blood succession boundary. But as a passerby, Yitsung saw all this in his eyes, and his self-confidence in Naruto was great. Because Naruto had learned her blood succession limit, she believed that dissolution and boiling were not a problem, and it was easy to learn. On the first day, after telling some basics, before Jiaomei could speak, Lin Yuri began to mock. Little ghost, I think you better give up directly, even if Terumi is a good teacher, you can't learn the ninjutsu of the blood succession limit. Naruto just glanced at Hayashi Yuri, he didn't want to deal with a female streamer. But Yitsung said, you may not believe it, but Naruto-kun learned my burning in a short period of time, and I believe it is only a matter of time before Naruto-kun learns to boil and dissolve. Terumi on the side was surprised, what did you say? Naruto actually learned your scorching? Lin Yuri frowned, and with a hint of dissatisfaction, you are Naruto's person, of course you will speak for him, how can the ninjutsu of the blood succession realm be so easy to learn? If that's the case, then the ground is full of ninjas of the blood succession realm. Seeing that Lin Yuri didn't believe it, Yitsung didn't explain much. Because the truth will eventually hit them hard in the face. Sure enough. After a few days, Naruto successfully mastered the dissolution and boiling, and the speed of mastery surprised Terumi. Let's not mention that this is the ninjutsu of the blood succession boundary. Even if it is ordinary ninjutsu, it is impossible to learn it so quickly. Looking at the surprised looks of the two, as Naruto's woman, Yitsung looked proud, I said, Naruto-kun will definitely learn it. Terumi took a deep breath, and finally, with a hint of relief, just learn it, and in the future, there will be one more person in the ninja world who can use dissolution and boiling. After Naruto learned to dissolve and boil, Terumi began to prepare for the lifting of the illusion for Lord Mizukage. The reason why she cashed in early was because she was worried that if something happened to her, she would not be able to cash in at that time. Naruto naturally knew this. When Terumi went to arrange things, Naruto still reminded, don't have too much psychological burden, I said I won't let you die. Terumi felt very relieved by Naruto's words, and finally smiled softly, and then left. She told her cronies about it. As a close confidant of Terumi, he trusts Miyu very much and is willing to take risks with Terumi. After that, she took Aoshi to the basement to meet Naruto. Seeing that the other party was just a teenage ghost, Jin was a little suspicious. However, Terumi trusts him so much that Aoya decides to believe this little ghost. If something happens, I won't save your life, if you're afraid, you cannot go, I'll go with Terumi-sama. Jin said directly. Naruto knew that the other person looked down on him. But he didn't say much, just asked, when is the departure? Tonight. Terami said, I have arranged everything, there will be no one around Lord Water Shadow today, as long as the illusion of Lord Water Shadow is unlocked, if the person behind it comes out, we will fight each other to the end. As long as the illusion is solved, even if there is a disturbance, others will know what is going on, even if the ninja of the entire Mist Hidden Village together, I believe that they can kill the people behind it. Terumi is ready to die. Episode 143, Naruto jokingly said, don't always look like you're going to die, trust me, it'll be fine. You are the future Water Shadow, plus his Flying Thunder God technique, death will definitely not die. As for whether it can be unlocked, then it depends on the hidden behind Uchiha Obito 2 fight is not going to fight with them. With that, the three planned to leave. Lin Yongyu Yuli repeatedly advised, be sure to come back alive. Otherwise, I will let the people behind the Water Shadow give you a burial. Yitsung also looked at Naruto solemnly, Naruto-kun, don't be fine, if anything. She will be the same as Lin Yongyu Yuli, let the people of Shueing and even the entire Wuyin village be buried, even if they want to bury their own lives. Naruto was confident that he would definitely not have an accident. However, he did not intend to swagger with his real body, but used the transformation technique. Terumi, as the elite shinobu of the Mist Hidden Village, it is easy to meet Lord Mizukage, and this time they still meet on the grounds of a mission. She took the transformed Naruto and Aoi to meet Mizukage-sama. The fourth generation of Mizukage Citrus Yukura sat there, and just glanced at Naruto and noticed something strange. Terumi. Who are the people you are bringing with you? Saying that, Citrus Yukura got up directly, intending to make a move on Naruto. No one expected that the Water Shadow who had been hit by the illusion technique would find the abnormality so quickly. But fortunately, Terumi was prepared. She directly used the water prison technique to trap the 4 generations of Water Shadow in place. When the water dungeon appears, the 4th generation of Water Shadow seemed very calm, but he questioned, Terumi, what are you doing? Didn't you say that there is something to discuss with me on a mission? Terumi didn't make small talk with the 4th generation of Water Shadows because she didn't have the strength. The Lord Water Shadow who has been hit by the illusion is still Water Shadow. But she can't deal with it alone. Her chakra is simply not enough to control the 4th generation of Water Shadow for too long. I saw Terumi shouting, Ching. Fast, Ching on the side did not have any slack, and directly used white eyes. Through observation, he found that Citrus Yukura had indeed fallen for illusion. Meanwhile, at the same time, both Ching and Terumi forcibly poured chakra into the 4th generation of Mizukage Yukura. Yukura, who was poured into chakra, suddenly became very painful and began to struggle. And Naruto watched from the sidelines. He came only to take Terumi away, and did not intend to expose his strength. If something happens, it's never too late for him to strike. He can only play with the backhand. Uchiha Obito, who was hidden in Kamui space, did not notice Naruto standing on the side, but observed all this. Right at this time, Yukura's illusion has been solved. Yukura, who had been manipulated, suddenly became normal. He stood dumbly in place, as if he had lost his strength, but he was trying his best to support his body. Mizukage-sama. Is that you? Terumi exclaimed in surprise. Yukura dragged his tired body and looked at Terumi, wondering, Terumi? Why are you here? It worked. Terumi is extremely happy. It's just that she doesn't dare to let her guard down, because the person hiding behind must still be watching. She and Aoi protected Citrus Yukura almost at the same time, and Terumi looked around and explained, Lord Mizukage, I'm very sorry, we haven't found anything unusual and made you suffer. I fell for illusion. Yukura affirmed. Yes. Terumi said, do you know who the person hiding behind is? While asking for these details. Uchiha, who was hidden in the Shinwei space, was extremely surprised, but he did not expect that his illusion would be broken by these two people. Although surprised, he was not angry, and did not appear. His plan in Wuin village failed though. But over the years, he has gained a lot. Now that the illusion has been cracked, there is no point in continuing to stay in the misty hidden village. He immediately made a decision and was ready to go back to the organization. The plan of Wuin village failed, and he had to make a new plan. Ultimately, Uchiha took the soil directly to use Kamui, and left the mist-hidden village in an instant. He left quietly, and no one knew about it. Not even Naruto could feel it. After a long period of alertness, Naruto stood up and said, it should be fine, according to what he knew about Uchiha Obito. If he really wanted to make a move, it is estimated that he would have come out long ago, and he would definitely not hide for so long. Presumably already left. Terumi believed Naruto and thought that Naruto's judgment was right. If the people hiding in the shadows really wanted to come out to make trouble, they would have come out a long time ago. It is impossible to hide for so long. At this time, Shi and Qing relaxed their vigilance slightly. Yukura looked at Terumi and Ao, and said in an extremely weak voice, thank you. Before saying the next words, Yukura fainted directly. Lord Mizukage. Terumi shouted. Naruto quickly stepped forward and used the palm cactus to help Yukura recover. He has been an illusion for a long time, and he has been tormented by illusion, so his spirit is a little fragile, but it's okay. Naruto's explanation made Terumi feel a lot relieved. Qing was surprised that Naruto could use medical ninjutsu. His understanding of Naruto suddenly became much deeper. Qing somewhat understood why Terumi believed in this little devil so much. It was because he had strength that did not match his age. Seeing that Yukura was about to wake up, Naruto said, okay, it's okay, you deal with the rest, I'll go back and wait for you. Before leaving, Naruto reminded again, don't mention me when you Mizukage-sama wake up later, just because I don't exist. After speaking, he got up directly and used the Flying Thunder God technique to leave. For the matter of the mist-hidden village, Naruto did not want to get involved too much. After all, if you are too involved, it will cause a lot of trouble. Naruto really didn't like those troubles. When Naruto left, Qing was even more surprised. What is the origin of this little ghost? What he just used? Flying Thunder God technique. Terumi replied, he has many things that people can't believe, but he does have great abilities. Since he is willing to help you, why is he not willing to give his name? I don't know him very well, after all, I haven't known him for too long. As Mayu said this, Qing couldn't continue to ask. Right at this time, Yukura gradually came to his senses. Terumi's face was extremely surprised. Lord Mizukage. You're finally awake. Yukura sat up and looked around, his expression was very serious. What year is it now? After a pause, Terumi said, and explained to Yukura about the matter of the misty hidden village. Episode 144. At this time, Yukura learned that he had been controlled by illusion for so many years. Not only that, because he fell for illusion, causing the mist-hidden village to become the village of blood mist, and all the people lived in mist. Yukura was very sad and felt extremely remorseful. It's all my responsibility. If I had been careful. Nor will it be illusionized. It won't let Wuin village fall into such a situation. After speaking, he got up leisurely, and then let out a long sigh. It seems that I am not suitable to sit in this position, Zhao Mei, in the future. Mizukage-sama. You can't say these discouraged words. Now that the illusion has been lifted, it means that the tomorrow of our mist-hidden village has arrived. If you are so discouraged, how can we restore normal order to our Wuin village? Yukura lowered his eyes, only feeling extremely tired. Lord Water Shadow, it's not your fault that the mist-hidden village has turned into the blood mist village, it's the fault of the people hiding behind you. The more so, the more we must not admit defeat. I will accompany Lord Mizukage to restore the mist-hidden village to its original state. Even more prosperous. With this said, Yukura seems to have some confidence. He looked at Terumi, who gave a very affirmative look. Finally, Yukura nodded, good. Let's rebuild the village together. Qing on the side saw that things were solved so easily, and naturally felt a lot relieved. However, he was also worried about whether the person who hid in the shadows would come back. At this time, Naruto had returned to the basement. When Hayashi Yuri saw Naruto alone, she became extremely excited. How can it be just you? It's beautiful. In her subconscious, Terumi must have had an accident. Otherwise, why did only Naruto appear? Without getting Naruto's explanation at all, Lin Yuli said excitedly, "Didn't you say you would guarantee Terumi to stay alive? You didn't do it." Seeing that Lin Yuli was about to get excited again, Yitsung quickly stopped her. "Naruto-kun hasn't said anything yet. What are you so excited to do?" Naruto also looked helpless. "Yitsung is right, I didn't say anything. How did you decide that Jiaomeiyu must be dead? You're too unconfident in her, aren't you?" These words made Lin Yuli not know what to say. The main thing is that she is really too worried about Terumi. "Well, you say, what happened? Why are you the only one who came back?" Naruto found a place to sit down without hurry, and then began to slowly talk about today's events. After listening, Lin Yongyu was relieved. However, Yuri was very unhappy to learn that the person hiding in the shadows did not come out of the rain. That person didn't even dare to appear? It doesn't seem to be a powerful adult, why don't you find him out? This kind of person should be killed, Naruto sneered, and then said lightly, "Of course, it's best to kill, but it can easily control your Lord Water Shadow for so long, but it won't be a simple character. Doesn't mean that he is afraid, maybe there is some other plan?" "Other plans? What plan? Is he going to come back?" Naruto didn't say much. There was something about Uchiha Obito, he wouldn't even talk about it. It is directly a diversion of the topic, and it is to remind Lin Yongyu to be profitable. "But I did it, Terumi survived, so you will be my man from now on, serving me alone." The words were so, but Lin Yuli felt that what he said seemed to be a little strange. "I know. My words always count. As long as Terumi is still alive, I will be your person in the future. It's so easy to have a little wife, it's really beautiful." These words made Naruto very unhappy, and directly said angrily, "Who's your wife? I'm just saying allegiance to you in the future. For me, it makes no difference. Don't do it. Now you are my person, you must obediently obey, otherwise, even if you have defaulted." Although Lin Yuli has a short temper, she herself is very emotional. Since you have promised something, you will definitely do it. She is Naruto's person now, so she can hold back her violent temper. Seeing that Lin Yuri was controlling his temper, Naruto praised, "Good, talking counts, I like it." Soon after, Terumi finished dealing with the water shadow and came to the basement alone. After seeing Naruto, Terumi thanked him very seriously and sincerely. "Naruto-kun, thank you for the information, because of you, we in the Mist Hidden Village can end the rule of the Blood Mist Village so quickly. It's okay, even without me, you'll find out sooner or later." "You're so confident in me?" "Of course, you are so good, of course you will find that I am just contributing to the situation. This is not much to refute in the face of beauty." And Naruto said after praise, "This matter is settled, and I should go back, but you promised me before, I can take Lin Yuli, it still counts, right?" Jiaomei glanced at Lin Yuli. "Of course, thanks to you this time, our wooing village can continue to survive, and Yuri can live longer by following you." A person who can learn to boil and dissolve in a short period of time is definitely not an ordinary person. Maintaining the life of Yuri Hayashi, she believed Naruto could. Naruto shook his head at this time and said with a pitying face, "Hey, I thought this matter would take at least some time, but I didn't expect it to be solved so quickly, and I didn't have time to cultivate a relationship with you. It's a pity, or you will also come with me, right?" Originally, Naruto's teasing words were not taken seriously, but at this time, he seemed a little lost. This matter is settled, and both Naruto and Hayashi Yuri will leave. Seriously, Terumi is still a little reluctant. However, she has a very good personality, and does not show the appearance of AI, but smiles happily. It's a happy thing to be able to leave and go to a new place, and solving this matter is also a new beginning for our wooing village. As a send-off, why don't we have a small party? Okay. Naruto agreed. "I haven't drunk with you properly, so I just took this opportunity to have a good drink with you today. Take advantage of the night." Terumi didn't know where she had gone to get a large table of dishes and good wine. "After today, I don't know when I can see each other again. It is fate to meet each other, and I hope that when we see each other again in the future, we are not enemies." According to Mayu, this sentence is very realistic. It's the ninja world after all. And Naruto is from Konoha village, and there is no eternal friendship between the ninja village and the ninja village. Episode 145. If there was a war between the two villages one day, even if they were friends, they still had to face each other with swords. Individual emotions are simply not enough to counter the emotions of a group. The four of them drank together, and the atmosphere was quite good. It's just that Yitsong and Lin Yuli's amount of alcohol is not too good, and they have already fallen before they drink much. Only one Naruto and one Terumi remained. Terumi also drank some, but he was still sober. She tilted her head to look at Naruto, and said with a smile, "If Naruto-kun were my age, maybe I'd really be willing to do it." Naruto, who had not yet thought of this, was hinted at by Terumi, and he had to respond. "Although I am younger than you, I am actually not small, why don't you try it?" Xiaomei laughed at this time. "I don't know if you are small, but your tone is not small. I'm not talking big, you can try." Naruto didn't know if it was a joke or a serious one. Just by drinking. Terumi's eyes seemed to be getting more and more wrong. Finally, he directly held Naruto's face, got up and kissed Naruto. The atmosphere was just right, and Naruto did not refuse the initiative of the big beauty. "They all took the initiative to kiss me, it's better to go with me. Anyway, there is also a Yakura in this Wuin village, and you are not needed for the time being." Terumi was still sober and did not become confused by a kiss. She chuckled, "Now that the mist-hidden village is an extraordinary period, I asked Yuri to go with you because you can save her life, but I can't. I have to stay and rebuild the mist-hidden village with Lord Mizukage. Zhao Mei is the future water shadow, and she is also the head of the Zhao family. She has absolute loyalty to the Wuin village, and it is impossible to leave easily." Naruto looked helpless. "Well, it's a pity that the little wife can't go with me." This made Terumi even more fascinated, and finally she asked, "You say you're not small?" "Of course, to try?" "I feel." "Why don't you try it?" Terumi just has the mentality of giving it a try. "But I didn't expect it." This attempt opened the door to her new world. Although Naruto is young, he is really not small. And young. Physical strength and endurance are not something that the average person can resist. Her sanity has basically collapsed. But she didn't lose herself because of it. On the contrary, I put on my clothes very sensibly after the end. She kissed Naruto on the lips. "Selfishness tells me that I want to go with you, but reason tells me that I must stay in Wuin village, but I believe that Wuin village will return to its original state one day. At that time I will go to you, and I will not become hostile to Kirihide village and Konoha village, and I don't want to see you again, and I will be an enemy with you." Naruto caressed Terumi's face. "Ideally, okay, I'll wait for you. Besides, even if Konoha fights with Kirihide village, I won't hit you, and I'll never hit my wife." "Although this is a nice word," Terumi said, "if the day really comes, many things will be uncontrollable. Maybe you haven't heard a word, my life is at my own disposal, and no one can control me." Seeing Naruto's free speech, Terumi only felt that she was even more moved. She didn't expect that she was actually with Naruto. "When your affairs are taken care of, I will give you a grand wedding, you must like it." Because Terumi's dream is to enter the marriage hall with her beloved. Although just a promise. But Terumi has already begun to look forward to it. The vision has not yet happened, but it may happen. She smiled sweetly and nodded heavily. The next day. Yitsong and Lin Yuli woke up. "But I didn't know anything about Naruto and Terumi." This was the result of their discussions last night. Terumi doesn't want to tell anyone else about this for the time being. Even if it was Lin Yuli, she didn't plan to say it. Naruto respected Terumi's idea and kept it secret with her. In front of the village of mist. Watching Naruto and Hayashi Yuri leave together. A gust of wind blew and ruffled her hair. Everything last night was like a dream. But she knew it was real. "Naruto-kun, you wait for me." Her long call, said to herself, was also addressed to Naruto. Just if Naruto could hear it, she didn't mind. Now that she had given herself to Naruto, she would try to get back to Naruto. The sun was shining, watching them walk away. Terumi turned around and returned to the village alone. There's a lot more to do next, but she's not alone. She believed that somewhere, Naruto-kun would always be with her. Separate from Terumi. Naruto and the others boarded a cruise ship to the land of waves. Next, naturally, it was to join Kakashi and them. "After being away for so long, I guess I started looking for myself all over the world again." After getting on the ship, Naruto immediately went to book a luxury suite, and booked 2 in total. Naruto directly handed the keycard of one of the rooms to Yuri Hayashi. "You live alone today, I'll share a room with Yitsong." Lin Yuli didn't think much about it. Directly took the room card, just about to leave, hesitated to return to inquire, "Where is my room?" Naruto wordlessly pointed to the next room, "Right next to our room, if there is anything, just call it." "Got it." Lin Yuli very simply took the room card and entered his room. Yitsong on the side looked at Naruto. "Why book 2 rooms? In fact, squeeze it, 3 people can also live in it, right? I prefer the world of 2, with her such a light bulb, how can I still love my wife? These words made Yitsong couldn't help but blush. Naruto-kun, don't say such things in the future. This made her heart beat unstoppably. Naruto said with a smile, I'm telling the truth, I've been busy with other things during this time, and I don't have time to accompany you, so I have to compensate you for the past few days. Saying that, he directly opened the suite room. Turn on the light in the room. Yitsong saw many rose petals sprinkled on the ground. This made Yitsong a little puzzled, why are there so many petals in this room? Naruto took Yitsong's hand and walked in, wouldn't it be nice to go in and take a look? Yitsong walked in suspiciously, only to find that roses spread from the doorway to the bed, and there were 2 love hearts on the bed. This was the first time Yitsong had seen this kind of picture, and she was a little surprised, but she also thought it was beautiful. Will the original room still have such a layout? I've never seen it before. Episode 146. Naruto had a smile on his face. Of course, there will be no ordinary hotel rooms, this is when you eat. I asked the attendant on the ship to arrange it in advance, these are for you. After speaking, Naruto looked around, a little regretful. I wanted to get some balloons and the like, but they didn't have them here, so in desperation, they had to arrange them simply. Yitsong was dumbfounded. You mean? All this for me? How? Don't believe it? No. It's not, it's just. But why? Naruto squeezed Hakura's hand tightly. Of course, because you are my wife, I have to arrange it for you. Yitsong felt sweet in her heart, the first time she felt like this, she carried a hint of coquettishness. That being said, but you're so young and always call me wife, which isn't appropriate, right? You dislike me for being small? No, I just think. We are really quite different in age. Naruto directly put his arm around Hakura's waist, then hugged her and let her sit. Although I am young, I am really not small, do you want to try it today? A mature woman like Hakura would certainly think Naruto was small. After all, age is there. It's just that Naruto said such a thing, which really made Yitsong too shy to know what to say. Until Naruto's face came closer, and it was asking, or do you actually not want to be my wife at all? Before the bet, you plan to cancel the appointment? Nope? Yitsong immediately retorted, I've never had to go back. I said, I'm your man, you. You can do whatever you want me to do, let you do anything? Well. Yitsong's face turned even redder. Then you kiss me. Yitsong was a little hesitant, but finally took the initiative to kiss Naruto on the face. Just kiss me on the cheek? This is completely impossible, you are my wife, Well, then you close your eyes. Naruto did not continue to tease Hakura, and obediently closed his eyes. The moment it closes, Yitsong only felt extremely shy. Finally placed a kiss on Naruto's lips. Naruto didn't open his eyes, but continued, could it be that you plan to end like this? Listening to Naruto's words, Hakura blushed. A moment later, she took the initiative to hug Naruto. More than an hour later, Yitsong held the small quilt, his face flushed and dripping blood. She couldn't believe she had come this far. Naruto also deliberately teased her, did I not lie to you? Not small. Yitsong was so shy that he put his whole face under the covers. You don't say any more, I'm a little tired, go to bed quickly. Naruto directly put his arm around Hakura. You don't have to get up early tomorrow, but this ship has to sail at sea for 7 days, haven't we already experienced it once? That. So are you going to talk to me? How boring is the chat, take advantage of the fact that it's not yet night, come again? Yitsong is shy though. But she agreed. It's not over until exhaustion. By the next day, Hakura woke up in Naruto's arms. For everything last night, Yitsong still felt a little incredible. She was going to get up, but was hugged by Naruto. Startled her. It's okay today, what are you doing so early? That. I think you're probably hungry in the morning, and I'm going to get you something to eat. It's really worthy of my wife, it's so sweet. These words made Yitsong extremely shy. She lowered her eyes, not knowing what to say. After all, Naruto was just talking about his wife before. But now it's all raw rice cooked and matured. Other words. She really was already Naruto's wife. Just when she was shy, Naruto looked at Hakura and said seriously, originally, I was going to take you and Yuri Hayashi to Konoha village, but later I will join my teacher Kakashi, and you and Yuri Hayashi are not very suitable for coming forward now. Seeing that Naruto suddenly became so serious, Yitsong also began to become serious. After you get off the boat, you and Hayashi Yuri go directly to Sakuragaoka town, which is closest to Konoha village. Don't reveal your identity, get yourself some new business, and buy a house to live in first. At that time, when I have dealt with things, I will go to find you, but my plan is not so simple, so I may not be able to go to you in a short time. You believe me, I will definitely go to you again. Once on board, Naruto had already planned everything. Saying that, he directly took Yitsong's hand and kissed her on the back of her hand. After all, you are my wife, I can't lie to you, can't I? These words made Yitsong both disappointed and moved. She knew that Naruto really took her to heart. Subsequently, Naruto directly took out most of the gold bar from his scroll and handed it to Hakura. These are your living expenses. I think it can be enough for you to live for a long time. Even if you buy a mansion, it is more than enough. You don't need to save your husband is very rich. This gold bar is heavy, and Yitsong's heart is also heavy. Do you have to separate? Although Yitsong knows. This must have been Naruto's decision after thinking about it for a long time. But she still felt that the separation made her feel very lost. Soon after the two were really together, they ended up separating. Naruto nodded. It's better to separate for the time being. You two are not suitable for exposure too early, and you two are also a very important part of my plan. Yitsong opened his mouth. I wanted to ask what the plan was, but in the end I chose to shut up. She pursed her lips gently. Okay, I'll listen to you whatever you say. Don't even ask me what my plan is. If you don't say it, it must be a very important thing. I believe you. I'll listen to it again when you can talk to me. Really sensible. After solving these all day, Naruto and Hakura are basically glued together, and they are particularly crooked. As an outsider, Lin Yongyuli saw it in his eyes, and couldn't help but complain. How do you feel that you have suddenly become intimate? I have never found you so close before. Yitsong blushed, but she was embarrassed to say how she could say something about Naruto. Naruto said directly, she's my wife, isn't it natural that we're intimate? Or are you jealous? Lin Yongyuli rolled his eyes. Only fools are jealous. For the next few days, the two have been glued together. Hakura cherished his time with Naruto, because when they got off the ship, they would be separated. Episode 147, 7 days passed in a flash. Waited to get off the ship. Hayashi Yuri thought that she would continue to follow Naruto, but was told by Naruto not to follow. This made Lin Yongyuli look confused. What do you mean by this? You are the one who asked you to come with me, why don't you let me follow now? It's been a little busy these days, so I forgot to tell you. I have already discussed with Hakura. I will go back to Konoha alone for the time being. You and Hakura will go to Sakuragamuchi to live for a while first. Wait for my notice. What? Lin Yongyuli was shocked. You heard it right, you don't have to follow me for the time being, it's not very convenient. Hakura didn't say anything because he knew that Naruto had a plan. But Lin Yongyuli is a dead brain. That's not okay. I said I would always follow you, and I haven't taught you lay done. Don't worry, I'll come to you to collect the debt. Humph, I'm afraid I'll be dead when you come to me then. Don't be so pessimistic, I checked your body, you can't die for the time being, and I will come to you regularly. I also need to develop medicine well, and then I can help you treat your condition. Then wouldn't it be more convenient for me to follow you? Why do you have to let me go to that Sakuragamuchi? Originally, Naruto wanted to continue arguing with Yuri Lin. But thinking that this woman was a dead brain, Naruto didn't bother to argue with her. I'm not consulting you, I'm ordering you, and I remember that your promise is to be loyal to me, so you must listen to me. Naruto suddenly became so serious, and he still made a commanding posture, which made Lin Yuri not know what to say for a while. After all, she had said to serve Naruto and follow Naruto's orders. In desperation, she had to nod in agreement. Okay, you can say whatever you want, but if you die, it's no wonder I'm on my head, you won't let me follow. Naruto sneered, I'm not that fragile, I can't live without you. No more words, directly separated from the two of them. Although Yitsong was a little reluctant. But she didn't want to be a stumbling block for Naruto, so she was still obedient. She will take Yuri Hayashi with her, to what Naruto said about Sakuragaoka town. Naruto acted alone. Although I don't know if Kakashi has gone back, let's go back and see. Now it's the land of waves. Naruto went to the hotel where he was staying. Unexpectedly, as soon as he appeared, he was directly caught by Kakashi in the face. Kakashi, who suddenly appeared behind Naruto, grabbed his shoulder and looked serious. Naruto, you even knew to go back. I could hear that Kakashi was genuinely angry. And Naruto turned around and smiled. Kakashi-sensei, I'm too bored to be in the land of Takubo, so I just went out for a walk. How much distance does it take to walk for half a month? It seems that Kakashi is really angry. There is no longer the appearance of a calm teacher. Naruto is a guy who can flex and stretch, and directly clasps his hands together. I know it's wrong, next time I leave, tell Kakashi-sensei in advance. Right at this time, Haruno Sakura's voice sounded from behind him, Naruto. Haruno Sakura was also surprised, but she didn't expect Naruto to finally appear. And with Haruno Sakura, there were Sasuke and Tenzo. Tenzo lost Naruto that time, directly informed Kakashi of the matter, and did not hide himself anymore, and looked for Naruto with them. After all, it has already been exposed, and there is no point in hiding it. Now both Sakura, Haruno and Sasuke knew about Tenzo's existence. Of course, Tenzo didn't say that he was here to spy on Naruto, only to help them complete their mission. Haruno Sakura rushed directly in front of Naruto and then questioned, Naruto, where the hell have you been these days? We all turned over the country of waves and couldn't find you. Naruto smiled. I didn't do anything, I just went to chase beautiful women. Haruno Sakura couldn't help but frown, but Kakashi looked at Naruto in disbelief. Tenzo on the side nodded. Before leaving, I saw that Naruto did communicate with Yitsong. Didn't he really go to find Yitsong? At that time, shortly after Naruto Hakura met, Naruto dumped him and left. Tenzo guessed that the beauty Naruto said should be Hakura. Both Kakashi and Tenzo knew Hakura. After all, she is a well-known beautiful ninja in Sand Hidden Village. Of course, the two did not know that Yitsong was sent to Wuin Village as a bargaining chip. This time, Kakashi sighed. Naruto has returned, and it is useless to continue to be angry. He patted his forehead and stared at Naruto. What about the final result? Did you catch it? I don't think you should have been beaten by Yitsong, right? Naruto raised his eyebrows and smiled. Kakashi-sensei, you also look down on me too much. I am also a beautiful boy, how can I be beaten? Yitsong is my wife now. When these words were spoken, no one believed them at all. Haruno Sakura even ridiculed Naruto on the side. Naruto, do you know Hinata doing this? Mess with flowers outside, watch out for Hinata abandoning you. Kakashi on the side directly put his hand on Naruto's head. At a young age, it's better to converge a little, otherwise, I'm afraid I won't even be able to marry my wife in the future. Naruto removed Kakashi's hand. Forget it, you don't understand after telling you. I'm back now, so go back to Konoha village now? Kakashi walked lazily to the hotel. You are happy outside, we have spent a lot of energy to find you, rest for a day, and meet Konoha village tomorrow. After speaking, Kakashi suddenly turned his head to look at Naruto. By the way, today you sleep in a room with me. Why? To prevent you from escaping again, of course. Kakashi-sensei, I definitely won't run away again, my wife I've chased me, I don't need to go out anymore. No negotiation, now you are free, if you don't come to my room in the evening, you don't want to be free in the future. After speaking, he added, this time I am not alone looking at you, Tianzong is always there. A Tenzo Naruto can barely deal with it, but adding a Kakashi is really difficult. So Naruto had no choice but to agree to Kakashi's request. But he still struggled to his death. Kakashi-sensei, why don't we discuss? I share a room with Sakura, and Sakura looks at me, and I won't run. No, you have to share a room with me. Episode 148. Haruno Sakura laughed and teased on the side, tell you to run around. I see if you dare next time. Seeing Haruno Sakura teasing herself, Naruto couldn't help it, and directly reached out and pinched her waist. This force was not too big or small, and it caused Sakura's face to immediately turn red. Naruto. What are you doing? Watch out as I run to your room in the evening. Humph. Too lazy to tell you. Haruno Sakura went to the room with her own care. Naruto didn't want to go to Kakashi's room. What was it like for two elders to live in one room? Of course, only temporarily. Now he's a little hungry, so he's going to find something to eat. Sasuke hadn't spoken from beginning to end, just looked at Naruto. He felt that Naruto seemed to be stronger again when he came back this time, and he didn't know if it was an illusion. I just glanced at it, and then went back to my room myself. Naruto went to find something to eat. Tenzo and Kakashi secretly hid behind Naruto. Shouldn't this kid want to run away again? Kakashi only felt a headache, he had never encountered such a troublesome student. Tianzong on the side said, I don't think he should leave, if he really wants to go, he won't come back. Kakashi agreed. After all, Naruto is indeed no longer the kind of silly person now. On the contrary, it is exceptionally shrewd. Otherwise, it will not throw Tianzong away. You said before that Naruto disappeared directly, and the ninjutsu used was the Flying Thunder God technique, right? It definitely can't be wrong, disappearing from my eyes so quickly, and there is no breath at all, coupled with chakra's fluctuations, it must be the Flying Thunder God technique. Naruto even learned this ninjutsu. After sighing, Kakashi asked lazily again, what do you think of this kid Naruto? I think he's quite smart, not too bad, just a little too willful, and a little elusive, not like a 12-year-old. It turns out that I am not the only one who thinks so. After speaking, Kakashi looked at Tenzo. I'm leaving for Konoha tomorrow, and I hope you don't tell Naruto-sama about this time. You said that we stayed in the Land of Waves to give them special training. Taianzo frowned, looking embarrassed. Naruto-sama is not an ordinary person, and I'm not very good at lying, and besides, although Naruto left the team, nothing substantial happened, it shouldn't matter, right? Kakashi, of course, knew that nothing was going on. But Naruto's identity is special. He is a nine-tailed pillar force. Finally, Kakashi took out a scroll directly. This is half of my gold bars. The last time we went to deal with Kato, you should have seen it. Although my gold bars are not as much as Naruto, but they are not less, this half is for you. Tianzong was shocked. Are you bribing me? I think I'm bribing you. Kakashi said with a big smile. Immediately became serious. After this period of contact, I think Naruto's kid is not bad. As for why he always runs out, maybe he really doesn't like the atmosphere of Konoha village very much. It may not be a big deal if someone else leaves and comes back, but Naruto's status is special, and if Naruto-sama wants to pursue it, I am afraid that it will cause Naruto a lot of trouble. Tenzo listened carefully to Kakashi's words, and finally sighed helplessly. You're a good teacher, but aren't you worried about getting into trouble during Naruto's time away, or doing something you shouldn't do? I'm sure Naruto won't do something he's not sure of, and once he does, there's definitely a reason for him. Taianzo shook his head helplessly. You also believe in him too much. After all, I'm his teacher. How? Do you want? Yes. Tianzong reached out and took the scroll. You bribed me so sincerely, I don't accept it. When the heavy scroll was held in his hand, Taianzo couldn't help but sigh. I didn't expect that I also had a day when I was bribed, and it was you who bribed me. Kakashi smiled and shrugged. Patting the weight in his hand, Taianzo said, Don't worry, my mouth is still very strict, and I will definitely keep this matter secret to the end. Thanks. No thanks, after all, this is a deal between us. This made Kakashi very helpless. If it wasn't for keeping Naruto out of trouble, he didn't want to share the half of the gold bars. Of course. It was also because Kakashi believed in Tenzo that he did it. If he had changed to someone else, he would have to choose another way. Watching Naruto walk into a restaurant, Kakashi's eyes deepened. After leaving for a while, Naruto came back and seemed to be a little stronger again. And he couldn't understand this 12-year-old imp more and more. However, it is not a ghost to think of a way to solve Cardo and thus obtain money. After a night of trimming in the Land of Waves, everyone rushed back to Konoha village. The mission was successfully completed, and after going to the Hokage building to hand over the task, the squad disbanded. It's just that Kakashi and Tenzo, who were the captains of the team, went to meet the 3 generations of Hokage alone. Kakashi gave a general account of this trip to the Land of Waves, including the encounter with Momochi's eye, and the killing of Kato with Momochi's Iba chopper. All the things were said. But the gold bar and the fact that Naruto had left for a while was not mentioned. Sandaime still held his chin with his hands as usual, and said, This time you completed the mission well. Did anything unusual happen along the way? Nope. The two said almost in unison. Taianzo, who was not very good at lying, actually showed a hint of nervousness. The 3 generations saw through at a glance and looked directly at Tianzong. It seems that things are not as simple as you say, and you still haven't told me anything? Is it about Naruto? Tianzong hesitated for a long time, and he didn't know what Gao said. Finally, Kakashi coughed lightly twice. Still can't hide Naruto-sama. In fact, this time with Momochi not to kill Cardo is Naruto's way, and we also got a lot of gold bars from Kato, and several of us divided it equally. Saying that, Kakashi even took out the sealing scroll where he stored the gold bars. This is all my gold bars, I can turn them in. As for Naruto there, I think Naruto-sama needs to ask for it himself. After all, Naruto is different now. Sandaime's eagle-like eyes stared at the two with a hint of warm anger. It's just, Naruto is not sensible. You don't understand either? And Taianzo, you also follow blindly. If something happens, where will we Konoha ninja's face go? Episode 149. Kakashi coughed lightly twice and bowed his head directly. I'm really sorry, but Naruto's words were really right at that time. Kato did a lot of bad things, so he killed him by the way. And got some gold bars? Kakashi was helpless and didn't know how to respond. The last 3 generations directly waved their hands. Forget it, things have already happened anyway, you can keep the gold bars. Originally it was just sent to complete a D-level task, but it was already a C-level or higher task. It's not easy to deal with Momochi if he doesn't cut it. This time Naruto can also be regarded as a meritorious achievement. I didn't expect him to be able to turn into a tail. These gold bars can be regarded as an additional reward for you, and other people's don't need to be taken back. Kakashi seemed relieved, because the 3 generations did not continue to ask. He wouldn't know that Naruto had been gone for a while, and if he did, it might be a bit of trouble. Afterwards, Sandame explained something, and Kakashi and Tenzo left directly. At this time, the three of Naruto were on their way back. Sasuke left first, leaving only Naruto and Sakura. Sakura took this opportunity and walked directly to Naruto's side. Naruto, did that Hakura they said earlier look beautiful? What did you do after you left the land of waves? Naruto glanced at Sakura with a wicked smile on his face. How? Want to hear the details? You have been away for so long, a lot of things must have happened, right? It didn't happen much, it was basically sleeping. These words made Sakura's face instantly red, and she reached out and pushed Naruto. This girl's strength is not small, and it directly makes Naruto stagger over. Why are you pushing me? Of course, because you always say strange things, but I'm asking you seriously. I'm also answering you seriously, besides, what are you asking this for? Could it be that you like me? Who likes you anymore? Stammering, red face, and saying you don't like me? You don't have to be shy, if you really like me, I don't mind you being my fourth wife. Said so easily, Sakura was angry with Naruto. What is called the fourth wife? Naruto was such an asshole. You're a big turnip. After that, Sakura ran away angrily. Looking at the way Sakura left, Naruto just shrugged. Sakura looked big grinning. But she's skinny like the other girls. Separated from Sakura, Naruto went straight back to his new residence. During this time of his absence, Uzumaki Chuenjo and Xiangfos have managed the business here very well. The izakaya sign is wiped down every day, and it still looks like new. Step into an izakaya house. Xiangfos greeted and ran up, welcome light. Brother Naruto. The originally formulaic greeting of the guests instantly turned into joy, and she didn't expect Naruto to actually return. I'm back. Naruto said so. Without the slightest hesitation. Kakari hugged Naruto directly. Great. Brother Naruto. These days, she and her mother have been worried about Naruto's safety, afraid that something bad will happen to Naruto outside. Now seeing Naruto standing safely in front of her, not to mention how happy she was. Being so cared for, Naruto's heart was also warm. Reached out and rubbed Xiangfos' hair. It seems that you miss me very much, and you are so happy to see me? Of course. Mother has been worried about you too. After speaking, he turned around and shouted Uzumaki Chuenjo. Shouts are heard. Uzumaki Chuenjo came out and said as he walked, what's wrong? Is there something that the guest is not satisfied with? Mother. Look at it. Brother Naruto is back. Uzumaki Izumi saw Naruto standing in the doorway at a glance. Just like seeing his own family, Uzumaki Chuenjo is also extremely happy. Directly punched up, laughing, Naruto. You're finally back. Saying that, he also looked Naruto up and down. Weren't you injured on this mission? Ever encountered something that couldn't be solved? Naruto spread his hand and said with a smile, it's okay, I'm not hurt at all, don't worry. These words made both Xiangfos and Quanjo feel a lot relieved. It was supposed to be open for one day. But in order to welcome Naruto, it was directly closed early. Uzumaki Izumi went to prepare a big meal for Naruto. After sitting down, Kakari pestered Naruto to tell him about the outside world. Of course, Naruto would not refuse, and briefly talked about his experience these days. Listen. Kakari felt that Naruto was very powerful. It seems that any problem can be solved in front of him. On the same day, the three of them had an incomparably sumptuous dinner together. Because I don't have to live a hard life anymore, and Azaya also has income, I don't need to worry about buying ingredients, and the food I make is much more delicious than before. Haven't seen it for so long. Naruto found that Kakato and Senju were more beautiful than before, Kakato was cuter, and Senju was more dignified. So people still have to be raised. Naruto only felt as if he had a home. Wait for the night. Naruto was going to go take a shower. As a result, Izumi came over and offered to help Naruto take a bath, because she felt that Naruto was too tired. Naruto directly refused, I'm such a big person, I'll just wash it myself. How about I help Naruto's brother take a bath? Fragrant phosphorus is mixed on the side. Naruto frowned, wasn't this too proactive? Izumi stopped Keiko, put his hand on Naruto's shoulder, and pushed him into the bathroom. Keiko, when you grow up, I'll bathe Naruto's brother, now I'll help him. Pushed directly into the bathroom by Izumi, Naruto didn't even have a chance to refuse. In desperation, he had to let Quanjo help him take a bath. Quanjo is like a child. It is good to have someone to serve, of course. Naruto enjoyed the feeling. It's just that he's such a man. Looking at the dignified and beautiful Chuenjo. When Quanjiao was helping, there were some abnormalities. Quanjiao saw it, not as shy as the little girl, but just smiled. It turns out that Naruto-kun has grown up. This is a good thing, and it is only mature when he grows up. Naruto smiled helplessly. It's not just growing up. That's why I said. Don't help Chuanjiao bathe yourself. That, Aunt Chuanjiao, I'll wash it myself. I'll be a little embarrassed if you are here. Uzumaki Izumi knew what Naruto meant. Listening to him like this, it is not good for him to continue to insist. After all, boys still need some personal space. Naruto came out of the shower and calmed himself down again. He called the mother and daughter of Xiangfos, to the two of them. How have you been learning ninjutsu during my time away? Speaking of this, Xiangfos said very happily, Brother Naruto, the ninjutsu you taught us, we have all learned it. Episode 150, listening to Keiko's words, Naruto raised his eyebrows slightly. All learned? Well. And my mother and I also awakened an ability of Kagura Heart Eye, and now we can sense chakra and other movements within a range of more than 10 kilometers. This made Naruto feel extremely surprised. You must know that Kagura Shinkami is a special ability that Kagura can use, and it can be said to be the strongest detection ability in Hokage. I didn't expect that Xiangfos had awakened so quickly, and even Chuanjiao could use it. He nodded with satisfaction. It is worthy of the Uzumaki clan, so have you noticed any special movements near the Izakaya family? At this time, Quanjiao spoke. Yes, near our Izakaya, there will be Konoha ninjas stationed every day, who should be monitoring me and Kakami. Naruto nodded again, not surprised at all. After all, he is a nine-tailed human pillar force, and the mother and daughter of Xiangfos are from other villages anyway, so they naturally want to pay attention. Although understandable. But it doesn't mean that Naruto likes to live in this environment. However, he couldn't stop these people behind his back for the time being. I can only wait until the Naka Shinobi exam. After the Chunin exam, Orochimaru will attack Konoha village, and Konoha village will be reshuffled. At that time, Tsunade will take over the position of Hokage. At that time, his life will be easier. It's okay, it's just routine surveillance, you don't want to be discovered by them, you can use ninjutsu, the rest is as usual. What Naruto said, that is. The next day. Naruto's Kakashi squad continues the mission. But it's all daily tasks around the village. It's not difficult, but it consumes a lot of time. Naruto didn't reject such tasks either, he didn't like tasks that he fought with his life, so easy and simple was suitable. Days in a row. Once the mission was over, Naruto directly said to go home. Kakashi also knew a little about Naruto's nature, he was a very freedom-loving person and did not like group activities. As long as he doesn't make trouble, he can do whatever he wants. Moreover, Tenzo had been staring at Naruto in the dark, so he was also relieved. After Sasuke finished his mission, he went back to practice ninjutsu. It's just that Sakura thinks Naruto is weird. Naruto before would definitely not be so anxious to go back. But now, Naruto is always impatient to leave. What the hell does he have to do every day? Usually Naruto went straight home, but today he didn't. In fact, it was Naruto who learned that Hinata had returned from her mission, and today was her day to rest. So he went to find his lovely Hinata wife. In the woods. It's still the same place. Hinata was practicing very hard. Naruto looked at Hinata's appearance, smiled, and immediately appeared in front of Hinata. Hinata, long time no see. Familiar sounds. Let Hinata. The action stopped instantly. Naruto walked up and reminded, at any time, don't let your guard down, what if the person who appears is an enemy? Saying that, Naruto actually started to go to Hinata to practice. At that moment, Hinata was a little flustered. But recently, she has also been growing, and during the mission, it is also a time when she needs to fight others. So she quickly calmed down and took Naruto's move. After a few moves, Naruto couldn't help but praise, it's worthy of my wife, and I really improved a lot. After speaking, he directly put his arm around Hinata and put her against the tree trunk on the side. Hinata, who was held by Naruto, blushed. And she didn't know how to dodge, let alone look at Naruto. Naruto hooked Hinata's chin, I haven't seen me for so long, why don't you dare to look at me? Hinata blushed, then lowered his head and said, I didn't expect Naruto-kun to appear suddenly, when did Naruto-kun come back? It's been a few days since I came back, and I wanted to find you for the first time, but you weren't there, and I finally ran into you to rest, so I came to arrest you. Hinata's face grew redder. I always felt that all this seemed a little unreal. Naruto, on the other hand, got a little closer, and teased, I'm back, do you have to kiss me? Hinata stared at Naruto with those beautiful eyes, and finally pursed his lips, then closed his eyes and kissed Naruto on the face. Scratch the surface. Hinata took the initiative a lot this time. But Naruto put his arm around her waist and smiled. It seems that I usually teach Wufang. I teach you what is called a true relative. Next, Hinata was really ashamed to himself. And Naruto hadn't planned to teach her that. This is a secluded grove. He intends to continue. There is a click. Destroying all the atmosphere, Hinata was even more frightened to keep his distance from Naruto. With her face flushed, she hurriedly said that. Naruto-kun, it's not early, I have to go back. As a result, just about to run, Naruto grabbed her. It's still early, it's not dark, what are you doing in such a hurry? Or don't you like being with me? No, it's not, it's just, the voice just now. That will be seen. Naruto kissed her on the cheek and smiled. Anyway, you're my wife, what if you were seen? After speaking, he seemed to have thought of something, and then said, but you were also right, my wife is so cute that she can't be seen by others. Hinata, who was already shy, was even more shy by Naruto. Naruto didn't let Hinata go. Instead, he made out with her for a while, before he offered to send her home. When he sent Hinata back, the person who made the sound was full of vinegar. Not someone else. It was Sakura who found Naruto weird. She thought Naruto was weird, so she followed Naruto all the time. Who expected that she saw it? She accidentally made that noise. Unexpectedly, Naruto not only did not stop, but also became even more daring. She didn't even know why Naruto liked Hinata. It is clear that there is very little communication between him and Hinata. The girl who gets along with Naruto the most, it is clearly herself. She didn't realize that her feelings for Naruto were quietly changing. The next day. Or assemble on the fixed bridge as usual. Naruto, too, arrived at the scene as usual, just as Kakashi was about to arrive. And Sasuke and Sakura had already arrived. Some time ago. Sakura would come and talk to Naruto when she saw Naruto early. But when Sakura saw Naruto today, she looked away. And Naruto glanced at her a few times and came directly to Sakura's side. Taking a step closer, Sakura moved to the side. Sakura at this time. It's like a little daughter-in-law who has a temper. _